What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode here on the MIgardener channel. In this episode, we're going to be doing a harvest video. We're at the cottage today, and we are going to be picking some peppers, some potatoes, which is going to be big, because there's quite a few potatoes that we just saw when we pulled up one plant for Labor Day weekend to snack on. So I know we're going to have a lot of potatoes here. We're definitely going to have a ton of peppers because those are going crazy. We might even have some tomatoes as well as some onions. So, and who knows what else we'll find. So let's pick the potatoes first, and then we'll get into the rest of the stuff. All right, so let's pull up a potato here and see what we got. Ah, nice. Now the potatoes are, these are Cabbage here. Pretty good for a first little haul. I'm gonna dig around and see what else is down here. Aha, yeah, there's another huge one right here. Look at that. Beautiful. Haha, it's pretty good for one plant. Here's another plant. Potatoes have been real good to us this year. Really, really good. Ew, there's the seed potato. But yeah, the potatoes have done super well for us this year. We have not done a whole lot to take care of them, and they've rewarded us very well with some just incredible potatoes. I mean, that is that is awesome for never watering these. We never watered these at all this year. All right, so we just finished up that potato bed with the Cabbage, and wow, it was actually not as great as I thought it would be. I really did not know what to expect. The first couple plants I pulled up must have been the best ones of them all. We still ended up with, you know, I mean, hey, beggars can't be choosers. At the end of the day, we still got a full tote full. That's probably a good, I'd say 30-40 pounds. And then also we got into the, just stepping over the bed there, we got into the potatoes that my parents brought up super late in the season. Just had a heck with it. Let's throw it in the ground. Let's see what happens. We didn't have a whole lot of stuff planted up here because of just how insane the season was with just getting the house ready. As all of you know, how getting a house ready can be. You know, this was our first year in the house, so it was tons of renovation projects, and I'm not gonna make excuses. We just didn't get up here as much as we really should have. And we're also, news to everyone, maybe not news, I don't know if I mentioned it before or not, but we are actually going to be converting this garden to mostly perennials, mostly raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, things like that. Because frankly, we just don't get up here enough to really justify having such a large garden anymore, since we already have a huge garden at the house. So we're gonna have a little bit more maintenance-free plants. But we did get into the potatoes my parents brought up, and out of about a half a bed, we got that. So note to self, don't ever do that again. No, I mean, it's, again, seriously folks, I think that the takeaway here is that you cannot be disappointed with a harvest if you can't be disappointed with the harvest you get if you put zero effort into it. It's basically like planting something, forgetting it for 3 or 4 months, and coming back and asking, you know, Mother Nature or your garden, you know, what can you do for me that I don't really deserve, in a way. So, I mean, I can't say that was deserved, but you know what? It's still about five-ish pounds of potatoes, which is not bad. So all in all, I'd say about 45 pounds of potatoes from this year's garden. Not terrible, especially since we got over 150 from the house. So that's plenty of potatoes to go around and to be shared. So now we're going to get into some of the other stuff that's ready to be harvested, like peppers and tomatoes. Absolutely insane. I don't know what it was this year for peppers and tomatoes. Even at the house, they did incredible. Even though the weather here was terrible and we didn't get any rain, it was super hot, we still didn't water at all, and everything did insane. So we are loaded up. So check out the peppers and some of the tomatoes. And even though we've already harvested most of the tomatoes from Labor Day weekend, I still figured, you know what, heck, I'll show you some of the green ones, because it is incredible what you can do or what you can get with zero effort at all when you set up the right systems. So the right systems, let's walk and talk here. So the right systems that we set up were actually it was actually the core beds. These core beds were set up in the fall of this is the second year we were using core beds. So they were set up the fall years ago, and then we used the straw in the fall to prepare them for the spring, and they're ready to go again. So that's why we don't ever have to water up here, ever. We never have to water because we have the core beds in place. Now this fall, we'll do the same thing. We'll get some straw bales, we'll open up the center of the beds, we'll put the straw into the beds, and then they'll be ready for spring again. And it really helps you to keep a completely autopilot garden, even though if you don't come up and weed, you're not gonna get that much. But still, check out the peppers. Wow, check out the peppers. So from above, it looks like just, regular pepper plants, except for look inside the plants. And something weird happened in this bed. We actually had, we had a family of foxes or rabbits. I don't believe it's a rabbit because it's a real big hole. I believe it's foxes that have made a huge hole here in a den, and they've kicked all the soil and piled it up real high, and you can see that there's just soil piled halfway up these plants. Now again, holy smokes, I mean, like, look at the jalapenos. We're going to have so many jalapenos to pickle. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I mean, geez, just look at all these. And we did nothing, absolutely nothing. We've got Pasilla Bajío peppers. These Pasilla Bajío peppers are awesome in making mole. Just dehydrate these or sun dry them, and they're awesome. Not to mention we've got broccoli. Beautiful broccoli starting to form. Those are going to be great. Those are just starting to come on, and they're looking absolutely incredible. We planted these for a fall crop, and they are just in time for the fall. So this just goes to show, I mean, we planted these in late July, and they are going to be perfect by October. And these are going to make absolutely gorgeous heads. These are the most beautiful broccolis we've ever had. Honestly, we've ever had. Because the thing is that we started these in summer to go into winter. And I think that's what we're gonna start doing from now on. Because honestly, when we start our broccolis in the spring, sometimes we start them a little too early, sometimes we start them right on time. But here in Michigan specifically, our springs go from spring to summer faster than you could possibly blink. We have about a month of spring weather before it starts turning into summer weather. It's absolutely insane how fast it turns here. And so I think we're going to have better luck in the future doing only fall plantings of broccoli, which are things that you begin to learn the more you begin to grow a crop. Even though it's taken us like 6 years, 7 years to realize this, better late than never, right? And while the tomatoes are looking a little worse for wear, they're absolutely loaded down. I mean, for doing nothing, and I quite literally mean nothing. We staked them one time. One time we staked them, and we were not up here to take care of them after that. We just kind of left them, and they are doing incredible. I mean, like, look at all these tomatoes. We've harvested probably a good 30-40 pounds of tomatoes from these beds here, even though we have done zero to take care of them. Look at these. Just look at I mean, look at this. Look at the size of these tomatoes. We've done nothing. Wouldn't you like to do nothing and get tomatoes? I mean, that's a pretty nice sized tomato, even though I mean, we harvested couple tomatoes that were close to a pound. These are nice little slicer tomatoes. So from just 4 plants, that's how many peppers we got. And these suckers are huge. I mean, they are really good size. So I am real excited to pickle these up, make some more cowboy candy, things like that. So amazing on the jalapenos. Now I want to show you the Pasilla Bajío, which was outrageous as well. So from just 4 Pasilla Bajío pepper plants, we managed to get that many. That is absolutely insane. I just can't even believe how nice these peppers are. I mean, they're so big, they are so ripe. I mean, they probably would have begun to rot on the plants had they gone another week or so. So we caught them just in the perfect time. but they are ready. They are beautiful, and we're gonna dry them up so that we can make some mole and things like that. So here's the Anaheims, about as many as the Pasilla Bajío actually, but huge peppers, and the rest we got with some kind of blushing and some ripe tomatoes. So this is going to be a great addition, absolutely great addition to everything that we've been saving up. So all in all, we've got 5 totes filled with produce. Oh, and a small cabbage. I'll get that. So there we go. There is a small red acre cabbage. Now they're normally a lot bigger than this, but what happened was when we were planting them out, I accidentally broke the main stem. Now for those that have been growing or have ever grown cabbages, you know that that's pretty much the end. You can't break the main growing stem, otherwise they don't form a main head. However, what they do is form a lot of side growth. They almost look like Brussels sprouts. And if you leave them on long enough, they will turn into cabbages. And this one, that's what happened with this one. I just said, you know what? I don't have a plant to take its place. I'll leave the plant in. I'll let it do what it wants to do. And we ended up getting a cabbage from it. So that's a good pound-ish cabbage. But either way, it's gonna be great in a salad or a coleslaw or something. So not complaining at all. But you know, I think the biggest take home from this entire experience has been, you know, just be grateful for what you do have. I know I hear so many times gardeners complaining about their yields or complaining about their garden success, and they say, you know, I don't know if I want to have a garden next year. And they've gotten, you know, about what I've gotten, and not everything is huge, or not everything is pretty, or, you know, maybe there's some weeds or whatever. But what I have to say is that there are people, there's someone somewhere in the world that would absolutely die to have even a single basket of what I just harvested. So I have no room to complain, and I am so grateful for what I did get, and it's gonna be awesome. And it's certainly better than I would get in the store. I know what I grew it with. I knew, you know, I had physical contact with my food, and that is something that you will carry to the dinner table, and you'll feel so great about yourself regardless of the harvest. So anyways, that's all we got for today. I really do hope you enjoyed, and as always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to grow big or go home, and we'll catch you all later. See ya. Bye.